Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of commodities. We're going to work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it together. And if you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all of these topics and subjects, looking for potential investment opportunities and sharing all those opportunities with everyone in the community. We do have question and answer sessions on Zoom calls on the weekends. If you want to attend those, you can attend them real time and ask me questions during those calls. I also do midweek updates. I'll be releasing a midweek update here for Wednesday, sharing my opinions, what I'm looking at, what I'm buying, what I'm doing. So that keeps everyone up to speed on what I think the markets look like and kind of what I'm doing. So if that interests you, definitely subscribe. Use special as the coupon code to get yourself a discount on either the monthly membership or a larger discount on the yearly membership. So let's dive in, take a look, see what's going on. And we've got the dollar. The dollar is stronger today, but I will say this. Watch for follow through. When we look at this, usually you get these big selling pressure candlesticks and then the small greens. Generally means lower. On upward ones, you get big buying pressure, downward facing patterns, though that's a bullish formation. So here, you're going to get upward facing patterns. So the upward facing patterns are bearish. And right now, I don't see that being reversed. There's no indication that that is reversed yet, and we very well could put an upward facing pattern of some sort, which means that we would see a further decline in the DXY or weakness in the dollar is possible until we start to see that reverse. The 2-year yields are down a little bit. This is a little bit tougher read. We've got bullish formation here, which makes me think that we are going to go higher. So that still looks like that's intact. We are still right around support. The 10-year down 1%, but again, we're above support, smaller selling pressure. We came out of the hole, so to speak, with this big bullish engulfing candlestick there and the hammer candlestick, which is a reversal candlestick. So I think that that's still intact to move higher. Even if we were to pull back and stay above this support, that would be a bullish formation. 30-year yield doing the same thing. Small little red candlesticks. We've got the big bullish reversal candlestick, a hammer there, a bullish engulfing coming on up, and then we've got a downward facing consolidation pattern. So that is bullish, and we are sitting on top of a lot of support through here. TLT bond prices are up slightly today, but it's still a bearish formation heading lower. Momentum's down. We did get a bullish engulfing. It's not at the bottom. Sometimes these are false. Bullish engulfings generally occur here at bottoms. So we'll see. We'll see what follow through. We could potentially come up and roll over. The 2 and the 10 is moving up today. The curve is inverting, and we are right underneath this pattern here. So we could come back within the pattern and invert again. That would basically, I think, confuse everyone. So everyone thinks this is going to uninvert. We get a recession. If it reinverts, most people are not expecting that. So we'll see what happens here with the yield curve of the 2 and the 10. TYX, TNX ratios pulling on up. That is generally bullish for gold. As the 30-year versus the 10-year moves up, the long end of the curve, I'm using what the market is giving me. The long end of the curve is less manipulated than the short end by the Fed. So if this goes on up, that's perfect for gold and precious metals. Gold's liking what it's seeing. It's up $21 an ounce, and it still looks good to go higher. Everything's intact. A little bit of a bull flag that could be breaking out here any second. Silver's up about 0.5%. The only thing I'll say about this, I don't like being next to these large selling pressure candlesticks and showing up with small greens. Sometimes this likes to roll over at some point. That could occur with rates. That could occur with the market rolling over. All of the market is kind of doing this. The S&P 500 is doing it, the NASDAQ, all that stuff. Platinum's doing it too. You can see we're working our way on up. We're getting some big greens in there. I just don't like seeing these big reds. A lot of the times what occurs, if you're more towards the top, this isn't as bad. But if you get these big reds, see these big reds here? Then see the small green candlesticks coming up? That was a continuation in a bear market. So what you get is a large selling pressure kind of relief valve here. That is what has occurred in the S&P 500. And then you get these small green candlesticks coming up where you eventually roll over again and head lower back to the bottom there and create some sort of pattern. This one's your three hump consolidation pattern there, which is a falling wedge. So we got that strong selling pressure here with the overall markets. Palladium also doing pretty good today, up 2%. That's been moving up, and it is bounced off support to the upside. Longer term, that's what it looks like. Your support's all through here. We're bouncing above that, and we are trying to turn upward. XAU to gold ratio, slightly higher today. We're up against a little bit of resistance, it looks like. But again, we are way, way cheap. This is like, I mean, if I were to see this, I'd say you have to have some allocation to it because of how cheap this is. This is gold, silver mining companies divided by gold. And whenever you get these ratios way down here like that, it's an opportunity. It doesn't matter if it plays out or if it doesn't play out. The right thing to do, if it's up here, is to not buy it and go short. Down here is to get long in something down there as it works its way on up and has broken the downtrend line. GDX up 1%, looking fantastic, looking really, really strong here. We've got GDXJ up 1.25, and again, this looks fantastic from this longer, bigger picture view. SILJ is down slightly. This one hasn't launched out of its pattern yet. We're at a spot where we've got some resistance that we need to break out of. Crude oil down slightly, and this is an interesting one. We've got that strong selling pressure stuff right next to us, just like silver, just like platinum, just like the S&P 500. We've got a nice, good reversal candlestick here, which is a hammer candlestick, but also a bullish engulfing. We've got small selling pressure on the right-hand side. That's generally good for a move higher as we kind of squeeze up. But some people will say that we entered this from the top side down. Okay, fair enough. Let's see if we can break out in either direction soon. TTF gas down 0.6%, momentum still lower in the short term here. There's the big long term. We've got natural gas in America down slightly. Momentum is still down. Our boy XOP, yeah, you know me, very similar to what crude oil is doing. We were down 0.5%, but we've got a nice big bullish engulfing here. And we'll see if we can make a decision on what direction we want to go. Longer term, what I did is I took this fractal, overlaid it, so that's the fractal here, the way that this moved down. I flipped it, and that's generally where you move up because you have the same resistance support levels. And it matches it pretty dang close. You can see we had our pullback here, and we could easily head higher and move our way on up. We'll see what happens. OIH also down slightly. Not a ton of selling pressure today, which is good. That generally indicates that we could potentially bottom and go higher. It is a possibility. We did enter this from the top side down, though. And we're trying to turn that momentum around. Newcastle Coal Futures up 1.5%. I think this looks good. I think this looks good to work its way on up eventually here. Right on support. We've got Sprott Physical Uranium Trust down 2%. We're trying to break through this resistance trend line, and hopefully we can get some buyers in here to pop this thing to the upside. I do think this looks like it's bottoming. We've got lots of big buying pressure candlesticks through here, the big greens and small reds. That's a bullish formation. We've got uranium futures tracking sideways. It's trying to make the turn. We've got URA down 0.5%. Small selling pressure. Looks good to go higher. URNM, same thing. And URNJ, same thing. Small selling pressure. Buyers are still in control if they want to push it. Nickel moving sideways. Well, it's kind of a weird looking chart there. Copper down 0.15%. Not much selling pressure though. We are next to these big selling pressure candlesticks, and we haven't had a huge move higher. Sometimes these like to jettison down one last move. That is a potential possibility there. COPX down slightly, looks okay. We've got lithium down 1%. So these are tough calls because when you look at this, this could easily be a rising wedge that we entered downward. We could get another selling pressure move to the downside, which is possible. But there's a lot of news coming out, and if they do tax reform and they do all this stuff, and we know that maybe the tariffs aren't as bad as they are, that's where the big question mark is. But at this time, this still could be a bearish setup. REMX also getting some selling pressure here, which could still be a bearish setup. That's a bearish engulfing pattern where we could head lower. So we entered down, came back up, and we could head lower again. Still a possibility. Coming down to iron ore. Iron ore is still holding steady. We've been chopping sideways in this entire circle there. This looks bullish, but we do have a little bit of a bearish hinge, a little bit of tint being underneath resistance there. Aluminum still tracking down. That does look a little bit bearish in the short term to head lower. Baltic Dry Index up 0.63%, but it still looks bearish and could be a inverted flag pattern. Emerging markets heading higher, or lower 0.09%. But again, this could easily roll over. We're back to this resistance area. Mu down 0.6%. That one doesn't look as bad. And we'll see where that goes. Again, a lot of these, I don't really have opinions. So when you're in this kind of choppiness here, I mean, you're not going to do anything. It's not really a trade. You look for things that break out like here, and then you look for things that do retests here. And then everything else in between is kind of like, it doesn't matter. Like this doesn't matter. Okay, we have maybe a turning point there, came on down in a falling wedge. A long-term investor would have purchased, through here and just been riding it all the way up. And yeah, we had a retest coming back because of the overall markets. KRE up 1.7%. Just tracking sideways. Again, this is the same type of thing. Is this going to be an upward-facing pattern? Are we going to break out of it? Big question mark. Is this a legit move lower here? Or was it just fear that spiked in the market that the market will eventually overcome? We have to see what kind of patterns they create here. Are they downward facing? If they start downward facing patterns, that's generally bullish, but there's no pattern that's been generated yet. We're still waiting. XHB, you can tell small selling pressure. It could be a downward facing pattern that we eventually break here. A little early to make that call. We do have a bullish engulfing here and not much selling pressure. So that's a start to a potential turn that hasn't really broken out yet. TAN down 1.2%. It just looks like crap. Russell 2000 sideways. And again, we have to wait and see here. S&P, wait and see. We're getting a little bit of selling pressure, which means there's a possibility that we go higher. But we have to break through resistance through here. It's going to take some time. We have resistance coming through here too. NASDAQ trying to work its way up. We got resistance through here. We'll see if we can punch through it or not. Small selling pressure. It still looks okay to try. We've got SMCI up 1%. It's got, man, this is a tough pattern here. You've got bullish candlesticks through here. So here's the bullish candlestick there and here. Small selling pressure. Easily could work higher, but we did enter this from the top side down. So we could also create a bearish formation that turns lower. So this is a tough call because I wouldn't bet going up because the movement is lower. So it's a tough call. And here's the low perhaps, and maybe it's putting in a higher low if it holds. Could be a double bottom too if you put it across. Potential double bottom, lead-in pattern, double bottom. Maybe. We'll see. NVIDIA up 1.3%. And again, this has been coming downward. The momentum is still downward. It's trying to reverse that momentum, and not a ton. I mean, we got a couple of big green candlesticks there trying. We got to see some follow through here and punch through perhaps maybe this downtrend line that's there, punch through it. Bitcoin down 0.8%. It looks okay. I mean, we've got big buying pressure, small selling pressure, and a flag pattern, so that doesn't look too bad. Ethereum also, God, this is tough, man. Whenever you get to these bottoms, it doesn't look like you're putting in a bottoming process. Very well could be a continuation pattern lower, but we do have a bullish engulfing here with a potential consolidation where we could break higher. So again, let's see where this thing goes. This could go in either direction. MicroStrategy's down slightly. That's broken to the upside. Still looks okay to go higher. And then the VIX has pulled back 2.5%, pulling on back there and kind of relaxing a little bit. So that's what I've got for today, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website if you'd like. Use that special coupon code. And that's what I've got for today. So look for a midweek update. That'll be released late tonight or tomorrow. Check it out. And that's all I've got for today. So we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.